So put this one, then the bracket. So we have here x squared. We take the square root of x squared, which is x. X times x squared. Sign of the middle term is positive here, so you put plus here. And then square root of 16, it's 4. Your answer is x plus 4 times x plus 4. But we'll just put here square, meaning we have 2x plus 4. So that's it. Second one. We take the square root of x squared, which is x. We'll take note the sign of the middle term here, which is negative. It's negative also here. Leave that 14. Proceed to the last term, 49. It should be a perfect square. So square root of 49 is 7 times x minus 7, or 2 here, meaning we have 2x minus 7, x minus 7 times x minus 7 because of the 2. Don't forget the 2, square it, equals here, square root of x squared is x. Take note of the sign of the middle term, which is positive. Alright, 9. Square root of 1 is 1 because 1 times 1 is 1. 1. And square root of 9 is 3 to the second power. Equals here. Okay, parenthesis. Square root of x squared, x here, sign is minus. Minus here, 1/4. So you put a bar here. Square root of 1, it's 1. Square root of 4 is 2. So we have squared. Last, we have, this is 25. Square root of x to the 4th is x squared. This one is plus or positive, so we have a positive here or plus. 9, just put first the fractional bar. Square root of 9 is 3. 3 times 3, 9. Square root of 25 is 5. 5 times 5, 25. So to the second power. How do we know if this one is really a perfect square trinomial? So, to determine whether a trinomial is a perfect square, and let us say that we don't know the number here. So, we know that that one is 16. So, to determine whether that one is a perfect square trinomial, a number here, we should know the number here. And this lesson today class is also about for the next method of finding the quadratic equations, the solutions for that by completing the square. So we need to put a number here so that this 3 expressions here or 3 terms here will be a perfect square trinomial. So we can factor that one like this. So what is the number here to make this one a perfect square trinomial? Okay, to find that number that we are going to add, because it is always plus plus, get the number or take note of the number or the numerical coefficient of the middle term. In this case, class, it's 8. So what we are going to do is put the 8 here and then divide it by 2. It's always divided by 2. And then square the result, or square the quotient, square it. So here we divide 8, divide by 2 will give us 4. And then we square it. Don't forget to square it. Always to square it. 4 squared. And 4 times 4 is 16. So 16 is the number that should be here, so that this 3 will become a perfect square trinomial. Now, if your answer here is 8 because you just multiply this one by 2, 4 times 2 is 8, then when you are here already, when you take the square root of this one to right there, you will find out that, oh, there is no square root of 8, it's not exact. So you know that there's something wrong here of squaring it instead of squaring it because you have just multiplied it by 2. Okay. Next, we have this one, so I'm just going to erase this one. We are going always to add something, and you know it's 49. We have to write there. We get the 14, forget the sign, only the numerical coefficient of x, which is 14 divided by 2 here, and don't forget to square it, squared. Okay, what is 14 divided by 2? It is 7 and squared. So we have 7 times 7, it's 49. So we are going to add the 49 here to make it a perfect square trinomial. And if that is 49 is given already and that is 49, we know it is a perfect square trinomial and we can proceed to factor it like this. Okay, this is 9. Okay, let us assume that we don't know what number to add there. Okay, oh no, it's the dreaded fraction. So we put it 2 over 3. This one is shorter than this symbol of division, which is longer than this one. 2/3 divided by, what number are we going to divide 2/3 by? 2. We have 2 here. And just make this one as a fraction by putting over 1. Now you can see that this one is symbol of division, symbol of fraction, symbol of fraction. Even though this one is a whole number, just make it a fraction. Don't forget that after this one, you are going to square it. So how do we divide fraction? We write the numerator here, 2 over 3. Do not invert this one. This division will become times, and we'll put the reciprocal of 2 over 1. Reciprocal means the 1 here will go up here, and the 2 which is up here will go down. That is the reciprocal of 2. It's 1/2. And division now it's time. And always make it a habit not to forget the square. Now here you can multiply 2 times 1, it's 2. 3 times 2 is 6. So you have 2 over 6. And the lowest term of 2 over 6 is 1/3. But I think it's easier if we are going to cancel. If you know how to cancel, we divide it by 2 over 2. It's 1. 2 over 2, it's 1. Nothing. And then you put here like the bar. And 1 times 1, it's 1. And 3 times 1, it's 3. It's not yet done because you don't have square root of 3. Then you have to square it. And then you put the bar there. So 1 times 1, it's 1. It is not 1 times 2. 3 times 3 is 9. If that is 3 times 2, it's 6. Square root of 6, none. So you are wrong. Okay. 1/9. Okay. Okay, let's have the 1/4 here. So I'm going to erase this one so we can have our solution here on the left. Erase that one here. So x squared minus x plus 1/4. Okay, we just erase the 1/4 here. We know that we are going to add a 1/4. Okay, so what is the numerical coefficient of the middle term? And you're not seeing any number here. So what's the number there if you're not seeing anything? It's 1. Like we have a 1 here, 1x squared, 1x to the 4th, 1x squared, 1x squared, 1x squared, and for the x, which is invisible 1. So that is 1. What are we going to do with the 1 there? We always divide it by 2. After that 1, what do? We raise it to the second power. Now this one is in its lowest term. Now if you want, you can do 1 divided by 2 is 0.5. 0.5 times 0.5 is 0.25. You can add 0.25 there. But we'll do it in fraction. So in fraction, 1 times 1, it's 1. 2 times 2, it's 4. So we just add the 1 over 4. Do we have a square for 1? Yes, it's 1. What is it? Do we have a square for 4? Yes, it's 2. Okay, that's correct. Okay, let's have this one. So we're just going to prove that the 9 over 25 is the number there, so that this one is a perfect square trinomial. Now we get the 6 over 5 here. 6 over 5, which is the numerical coefficient of the middle term x. Then we put the symbol of division, which is longer than the fractional bar. And then we divide it by 2, and then make it fraction by putting a 1 here. And then we need to write that one so we will not forget to square it. Now we copy the 6 over 5 here, 6 over 5. The division will become times, but this one will have the reciprocal. 1 goes up and the 2 goes down. And again, don't forget to square it. Now here, 6 times 1 is 6 and 5 times 2 is 10, 6 over 10. I think it's better to cancel the 6 and the 2. So 2 divided by 2 is 1. 6 divided by 2 is 3. 3 and the 5 no. And then we have here 3 times 1 is 3. And then 5 times 1 is 5. Now, if your answer, if you would be putting the 3 over 5 there, you will have a problem of taking the square root of 3 and the square root of 5. There's no square root of 3, it's not exact, square root of 5, it's not perfect. So you know that you have forgotten to square it. Now we square 3 times 3, it's 9. We have a square root for 9, yes. 5 times 5 is 25. So that's correct. Yes, it's 9 over 25. If your answer here is 3 times 2 is 6, and then 10, no, it's not, because you don't have the square root of 6. It's a perfect number, and then the other one, which is 10. You don't have the square root of 10. It's not exact, 3 point something. So that's how to find the last term of a perfect square trinomial and how to factor this perfect